Welcome, everyone. Um, Thank you for coming and waking up if it is early for you. So today we will be discussing the vegan lifestyle from a sustainability point of view. So yeah, it's a really big topic. Sustainability. Mm, Probably most of you know about, at least heard about it. That our planet has finite resources, and we are using it in a damaging way. And we try to minimize our um, footprint, our impact on Mother Earth in various ways. So, there are like body transport, like everyone is trying to go electric or to use renewable energies. I mean, not everyone, but most of the world, and um, and that is very important because we cannot continue as we are doing right now um, if we really want to live in a good earth, in a place where we can breathe normally. And there is like a very big push for renewable energies, which is amazing. Um, it's really something that I am passionate about, like the renewable energies. And yeah, I hope that will even go much further and faster than it may be today. That all countries will adopt it. Um, but um, the thing is with renewable energies is that we like not. Um, I mean, it's mostly a lot of politics to have like wind turbines and solar panels and things like that. Okay, we can have solar panels on our own house, but then there is like a finite things that we could, as individual, do. Um, from that point of view, at least, except maybe buying an electric car, um, and yeah, and things like that. So what can we as individual do really to sustain our earth and help her to thrive? Um, if we really think about it, well, there's also the plastic issues, um, that we try to minimize plastic individually, and that is quite important too. Yeah, I'm also trying to minimize plastic, but that's not 100% possible in any case. And it's a good step. It's also an important thing to do and get rid of plastic in the oceans and all that stuff. But still, that is not that enough. Um, for example, another thing is to take like short showers, repair like leaking faucets and things like that. That also helps. But is it enough? Um, it's good, but there's one thing that we can all do, and that is has the most impact. It has a tremendous impact on Mother Earth. So Mother Earth, her name, one of her name is Gaia. It's a beautiful name, and um, and so yeah, if we imagine that Gaia, that this Earth is like a spaceships in space, traveling with all of us on it, then we need to take care of everything on it. all living beings, nature, the trees, and the seas, of course. So one thing is, maybe most of you also know that like there is a climate change issue, and that is a tremendous, very big issue. So the Earth is getting hotter and hotter because of the greenhouse gas effect. Those are gases that go in the atmosphere because of what we are doing, and that basically play like a greenhouse effect on the planet. Exactly the same idea, and like I think I don't know how hotter it is now than before, but I think we are already about 1.5 degrees, which is already, we were not supposed to get there. I mean, we were trying never to get there, but I think we are already there. I'm not sure about that, but we are probably somewhere in that region. And it is said that if we reach 2.5 or 3, it will be even much, much worse. So in order to minimize this, well, as I said before, we try to go renewable. So renewable energies, in order not to burn fossil fuels, which contributes a lot to the greenhouse gas. But one of the main way of minimizing greenhouse gas is by the food that we eat. So the food that we eat is a very big part of it. So agriculture plays like a role of 26% in global greenhouse gas emissions, and that is a lot. And especially the animal agriculture is the most responsible for it, for about between 14 and 18%. And yeah, if everybody would go plant-based or vegan like overnight, the earth would be very happy. So yeah, if the greenhouse gas stops, then there's a chance for the everything to cool down, and then we would avoid a lot of catastrophes, like natural catastrophes that happen, but because of the climate change. And how come that they take so much percentage of greenhouse gas? Well, there are several part of it. One of it is nitrous oxide that comes from fertilizers and manure and things like that, and that is contributes, like it's much stronger than carbon dioxide, which is the main greenhouse gas from transport. But nitrous oxide is much, much, much higher than that. It's a shorter in time life on the atmosphere, but it is much stronger, much more potent. Another one is the methane that comes from especially cows, cows' byproducts, like when they burp, or when they give methane, then that goes to the atmosphere, and it is also extremely potent. I think it's about 80% more potent than carbon dioxide. So if we stop consuming so much meat, then we could minimize our greenhouse gas share. And that is something that we can all do. So the effect of us, just one person, like going vegan or plant-based, is enormous. even though we could think that um, we are like alone and we don't. I mean, we are just one individual among like 8 or 9 billion. Um, we should not think in that way. Each person that goes plant-based, vegan, stops contributing to the greenhouse gas by a very big percentage. So, and also if one person goes plant-based or vegan, then there's a ripple effect. Usually some others follow. Could be their families, some families, close families, friends, colleagues, everyone is affected. Um, I mean, there's like they are inspired by one person who goes vegan, plant-based, and then there's again a ripple effect. So it's very powerful when one person goes vegan, not only for oneself, impact on the planet, but in general, like inspiration effect. So yeah, so what humans also that's not only the only cause, like the methane and nitrous oxide from the animal agriculture, but there are also other like other effects that comes from the animal agriculture, which gigantic one is that it is destroying the literally the Earth's surface. Um, because we are using the earth in non-sustainable way. So we are destroying all the forests on the earth. Most of them are like every day there's like a gigantic portion of earth that is destroyed for animal agriculture, especially like cows. Uh, and why do they need a lot of like space? Because for the cows themselves, but also for the food that is provided for the cows. So all the, for them, the soya, the corn, and all that, it's not fed to humans. It's fed to the cows, and that's why the animal agriculture. That's one of the reasons, at least, that they need gigantic amount of land. And if we stop consuming meat, then our land impact would be much lower, much lower. We could diminish. I mean, we could stop deforestation in the Amazon and other forests, and we could also repopulate. That means again plant trees, like thousands, millions of trees more. Um, and that would help a lot to again for the climate change issues, because well, we all know that trees are like the lungs of the world. They absorb the carbon. They absorb like the carbon dioxide and give out the oxygen. And when we deforest, when we cut down all the forests, all the trees, then we cause big issues. And that's the only reason is because we are consuming meat, which is not necessary. Not only that, but there are so many ripple effects from animal agriculture. It's quite incredible. Well, one thing, of course, is the species. 1 million species at risk. It's risk of extinction because we destroyed the forests, which is their like the house, the home. Then, well, those species cannot go anywhere else, and they go extinct, and that's extremely sad. We cannot recover from this. all that we can do is stop the damage as soon as possible. So yeah, and so the climate extremes, climate catastrophes, they are much more common now than they were in the past. And it will get worse and worse if we don't do anything about it. So, and climate, a lot of it comes from climate change. So the temperature rising steadily but surely because of the animal agriculture. A big part of it, at least not entirely, of course, but a very big part of it. And the most important thing is that we have control over it. I mean, we as individual, we can decide if we want to contribute to like to this, or we just go plant-based, and then our impact is, of course, we have some impact, but it's way less. And it's not only the land, it's also the sea, which are being destroyed. And the sea are actually also like carbon dioxide, like absorbing and giving out oxygen from plankton from the of the sea. And we are also destroying that from fishing, which is so sad because I mean fishes are not plants. We believe the oceans are like refrigerators for us, but that is not the case. It's just because fishes cannot talk that, I mean, in our own language, that we believe that they are not maybe smart or that we can do anything. But no, we as much as possible, we should not fish. In most places on Earth, I mean, we do not really need to fish. There is no need of it. We can live without it. Maybe in some places that's not possible, but that is very small percentage of the world. So yeah, we are scooping the earth of all the beautiful animals, the corals that are very important, all the wild sea animals, dolphins, whales, sharks are also being extinct because of our impact, our need for not need, but like our wants of seafood. I mean, what is called seafood, but there's no such thing as seafood. Like fish is not a food, not supposed to be, at least. And how can we stop this? Again, by going plant-based. By going plant-based, we do not consume like sea people anymore, sea creatures, sea angels, and we truly protect the oceans. We are living what we like our values correspond to what our actions follows our values. Then whatever we speak is truthful. If we really want to help the planet, we cannot say anymore, yeah, I cannot do anything. We can. Every one of us can do anything, can do something amazing. It just, a decision, basically. Just a simple click decision to try it out and see how amazing it is to be plant-based, how easy it is. But the issues we will see in later presentation. I mean, what people believe there are issues, but not necessarily. But yeah, it is easy, and it will help our planet a lot. So this is what we talked about before. So this is like cows producing methane. And methane is 80 times more potent than CO2 to trap the heat as a greenhouse gas. Its lifespan is a bit shorter. I mean, it's much shorter, but I don't remember how long. Maybe something like 10, 15 years. Like carbon dioxide is much longer. I think some maybe hundreds of years. And that means that if we stop consuming animals, then the effect of that would be seen in a very short period. Just maybe 10 years, the greenhouse gas will diminish a lot. So the impact is almost immediate. So we also have a big land use issue. So here we see that like 77% of more or less, of course, of the agricultural land is used for livestock and their animal feed. That's an enormous amount of land that we could, if we could stop this, then we could repurpose it for, again, planting trees, using it for human food, I mean, for like plant-based food, and that would be able, then we would be able to feed a lot more people, and there would be no more people starving from starvation, not having enough food, because well, we are using 77% of agricultural land for the animal feed, but only about 20% of the calories, I believe, comes from that. So it's a completely disproportionate like ratio. Yeah, and only 23% are only doing like what for our own need, our own like the plant-based food farming, which is a good thing. I mean, plant-based farming, that's a good thing, not that it is just 23%. Then we have another issue is the water. And the fresh water, that means. And the water, well, in order to create, I mean, to create so-called beef. I mean, beef is just another name for cow. So in order to create the beef, like meat, takes a lot of water because the cows they drink a lot of water. Well, they also need a lot of food, so they eat a lot and they need a lot of water. And all the legumes and vegetables, they need a lot less. So by consuming plant-based, mostly or only, we diminish our impact of the meat of this crisis by a significant amount of percentage. And it's not only what they consume; it's also the animals' waste. So that's another issue that I do not talk about here. But so animals, well, they have a lot of waste, and where does it go? It goes to the sea. Then it creates what are called dead zones. So it's zones of water where nothing can grow, no life can grow in those places, and there's like more and more of those places. and bigger, and that's a very, very big issues because so for example, waste of humans. So there's like a treatment for that, I believe. I mean, it's treated in some plants, but animals' waste is not treated. Just go to the rivers, oceans, creating a vast amount of pollution, and it destroys all life in the ocean. And beside that, of course, it also smells terribly. So in those places where they have farms, pigs farms, and then that's another issue. That's social justice that I will talk about in the future. But they also suffer terribly because of that, because they live, and usually it's the poor people who live next to those places. And it smells terrible for them, and then it creates a lot of health issues, respiration issues and whatnot, because it's the farmers, they just spray all the manure to the land. It's as if it's like something good or something positive, but it's not. Yeah, so this is also we talked about already before. So the forests are the lungs of the world, and also the biodiversity. So that means more species live in those places. Like millions of them live there, like in the Amazons, and we are slowly destroying it completely. I don't remember the statistics, but it's like we are destroying several like football fields every single day of forests in the Amazons, which is kind of ridiculous. And yeah, so 80% of global deforestation is linked to especially to the livestock grazing and feed production. So yeah, so if we want to stop contributing to that, then we need to stop consuming meat. Yes, so this is already what we also talked about. So those are just like statistics of a change in just our plates. What would it do for the emissions? I said it's not 100%. We cannot. We need to eat, but eating is fine because it's renewable. Only if we eat plant-based. So yes, it's a much lower pollution, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful plate, a plate of living food, like non-violent, tasty living food that we didn't hurt anyone, any person, any animal, and yeah. So, and this was proved scientifically. It's not just that I'm even inventing those numbers. So there are many scientific research, and like in the Oxford University, there's a famous scientist. I think his name is Joseph Poore, and he made many research on that, and he discovered the power of going plant-based, and all those numbers, many of them follow his research. So it's not just hearsay. It's real evidence, science-based proof of all that, of the impact of the animal agriculture. Um, yeah, so also again, this is what we talked about before, that um, most of it, I mean, a lot of it, of the corn, soy, wheat, is actually not fed to humans, but fed to the animals. And there are millions of people who don't have enough food in the world, and we could easily feed them. There was a research shown how easy it was to feed billions more people on Earth if people would go plant-based. So it's going plant-based, one could say. I mean, one helps not only the animals, planet, but also the humans, those who suffer from food insecurity and malnutrition. It's it's so easy to give food to again billions of people if we redirect all the food that we give to the to the um, to the animal in the animal agriculture to humans. Um, as we said, like 75, maybe to 80% of the like land that is used for farming is for animal agriculture, but only providing about 20% of calories, which is mind-boggling. So that's not sustainable. That is, that is like destroying the earth for one could say for nothing, just for our appetite, our wish to have meat when it's not necessary. So yes, so it's also about justice. Um, yeah, so it's a beautiful quote. Um, so the vegan lifestyle is not about sacrifice; it's about optimization. So optimization of our resources on Earth, because animals, eating animals is just not sustainable, and eating plants is very sustainable. So, and then we harm less innocent beings. We have much less waste. We more balance. We balance what we do. And yeah, it's like a tool. Going plant-based is a powerful tool. You know, when we want to build a house, then we need very powerful tools to build it. We can build it from our hands, but it will take a long time. So we use powerful tools to make it much faster. Same thing here. Like going plant-based is a tool. Is an extremely powerful tool to help the planet. It's much more sustainable for all lives. Much more compassionate, kind. Much more follows the humans' standard of ethics. So, like, why not? Uh, so together we can create a wonderful world and live in harmony with nature instead of disharmony. And yeah, harmony is very important in everything in life. So why not have the most harmonious planet? And yeah, plant-based is most certainly the future. Yeah, and that was the presentation for today. So again, to summarize it, there are many aspects to the vegan lifestyle or to plant-based. So plant-based is like the vegan lifestyle food system. So because vegan is not about food, it's about compassion and kindness to all beings, humans and animals. Um, and plant-based is the way to implement it, at least for the food system, for what we eat. There are other things to do, like clothes with leather, wool, and all that stuff. But food is the most immediate thing, the one that everyone does, the one that everyone eats like 2 or 3 times a day. And it has an enormous impact, as we just saw. So if you are not aware of it, I hope that was useful. Maybe just to think about it, to like yeah, to ponder upon it, and and to discuss it with people around you. Maybe you can discuss it with your family, your friends, your colleagues. What do they think about it? I believe most would agree with that, but still, there's like a blockage for most people to to do something about it. And that is part. There are many reasons for that, but a lot of it has to do with social, feeling a bit maybe apart, like being eating differently than others, um, and that maybe one feels that one is separated from one's community, but that is not the case really. On the contrary, um, if one goes, I mean, this is a very kind and compassionate way of living. So when one does that, um, one actually gets to be with like a community of like-minded people. So one joins a community of very compassionate people, and at the same time, one inspires everyone uh, to do something about all this climate change and sustainability and for deforestations and other distractions. So one really embodies this in a very direct and measurable way. Like if you go to work and then instead of eating meat, you eat like a beautiful salad, then everyone around you will be like, "Oh, what are you eating? This looks wonderful." Like maybe that can trigger like a discussion. It doesn't mean that anyone will go plant-based or vegan, but at least it makes one think, and it in that way we can change slowly. And of course, there are other reasons why it's hard to go vegan for many people. Is also the families. Most families are not vegan, and so yeah, it's a bit pressure from family, and also again to be maybe a bit different. But different is good. Different is beautiful. When we do the right thing, that's good. We need to do the right thing. We need to be empowered to do the right thing and empower others to do it. Um, so again, if we are vegan, we show that our action follows our values. That's it. That's the most important thing, maybe. Of course, with all the advantages that provides to the Mother Earth, Gaia. So yes, and so in the future talks, I will go. So here we talked like different aspects of the vegan lifestyle. Like yesterday was about the animals themselves, which for me is the most, I mean, it's the most closest to my heart. I mean, that's why I am vegan. Some people say it's like a ethical vegan, so vegan from an ethical perspective. Um, and then today I talked about sustainability, um, which is very, very important as well. And this also could be seen also ethical vegan from to the planet. So it's like the environmentalist vegan, one could say. And for me, all the environmentalists, those who believe that we should like maybe stop all the fossil fuels and go renewable energies. All the environmentalists should go vegan if they really think it over. Because if environmentalists, wants to stop fossil fuels but still consuming animal products, then they are contributing to the destruction of the earth almost as much as the others. So yeah, it would be amazing for all the environmentalists to really embrace that viewpoint as well. And then I will talk in the future then about vegan lifestyle from health perspective. That's a very, very big topic. And that's how also the animal agriculture is holding people from going to it, like spreading fear about the vegan lifestyle, that it is not maybe not healthy, which is utter nonsense. We will discuss it in the near future. Maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow, we'll see which topic will come. And then there is also the social justice issues that we talked about earlier also, that we alluded to, about, for example, the poor people living near pig farms, and all the manure or the excretion that goes everywhere in the water and makes everybody in the community sick. Plus many other issues, like a lot of people working in those places where they kill the animals, or the animal slaughterhouses. Then they can be like foreigners, poor people, or people that came out of prison and that couldn't find any job, and then they end up there, and that's not fair. And that's also another like human issue with that. And seeing all the violence day after day in those slaughterhouses certainly doesn't help with mental issues. So that's another aspect of the vegan lifestyle, is to minimize mental issues of slaughterhouse workers. And also mental issues of ourselves also, because when we consume animal products, we consume basically the product of death, torture, abuse, all those beautiful words, and that affects us a lot. We don't recognize it, but it plays with our mind, with our energies, even if we don't believe in it. It's logical. When we eat something that is comes from such a place, the energy. Well, when an animal dies, then they give out some hormones, they have a lot of fear. That hormone needs to go somewhere, and it goes to the meat, of course, to themselves, to the meat, and then we eat it. Same with also dairy and cheese. Those are just terrible products that so abusive. So we will also discuss those aspects in the future. And also we will discuss on the spiritual side, what happens from the spiritual side. How does spirituality sees that? For example, in Buddhism, not only in Buddhism, but in many Eastern religions, there's the concept of karma. Not only Eastern, but basically all of them. It's like karma is as you sow, so shall you reap. very easy concept, but very deep. If we think about it, it's like whatever we do comes back to us in the same manner. It's like if we throw a ball on the wall, like a ball that bounced, then it will bounce back to us in the same force, more or less. And yeah, so this is a big topic. When we hurt animals, any animal, doesn't matter which one, there's an effect. It's karma. So, and we don't want that. We want peace in our mind, in our heart, in our bodies. We want our bodies to represent pure peace and compassion, kindness to all animals. And as such, we should not we should stop consuming all animal products, or at least like minimize it by a gigantic amount, and then stop it. Maybe if we cannot stop immediately, then we stop slowly, but not that slowly. It should be fast in a short period of time, but maybe in like 2 or 3 months, like stop it gradually. Maybe first going vegetarian, and then vegan. Many people do that, so that to ease our to see how it goes, and then to go further. But really, the vegan lifestyle is the end goal. And yeah, even for meditation, it's very important for our mind. When we meditate, we don't want to have like dark thoughts. We want to have thoughts of joy, happiness, or at least neutrality. And if we consume like really like beautiful whole food, plant-based food, then our thoughts will be much purer, and then we will meditate better. We'll have better experiences. Yes, so many aspects related to the plant-based vegan lifestyle. So many, so many. And yeah, so we will explore that in the future. So just wanted to give like an overview of what we will see soon. And in any case, if you are not yet vegan, maybe you can think about it. That's the first thing to do. And maybe go slowly, go plant-based, just 1 meal a day. See how it goes, then 2 meals a day, and so on. And yeah, get also educated, like we do here. We talk about a little bit what the vegan lifestyle is all about. So there are so many documentaries available. So one documentary that I would propose to see. So maybe as you know already, every day I give a video to watch. So like the first one was from Rebecca Moore interview. Second one was Lisa McDonald interview. So there are two founders of Amazing Animal Sanctuaries. And today I present like one beautiful documentary that you can watch for free on YouTube. It's quite short. It's 40 minutes, I believe. 45 minutes, but it's professionally made. It's really a real documentary. And it's a wonderful one. It's really a good one. I believe by a French producer, a French woman producer. Yeah. What more? Yes. So the daily challenge. So the daily challenge, every day I propose like a challenge for everyone. So today the daily challenge would be to be very careful about insects, about the smallest of animals when we walk. So maybe we try to walk a bit slower and really be careful not to unintentionally hurt an insect. Of course, we never do it intentionally, but sometimes we just don't. We could avoid hurting them if we were more mindful. So mindful about the smallest of insects is another part of the vegan lifestyle. Indeed, insects are also very important, and we need to care for them. So just for today, try to be very, very mindful, either in the house or out of the house. So in the house, we have often we have spiders. They're amazing creatures. Let's protect them. Let's not. No need to be afraid of them. They will not bite you unless uh, you try to hurt them or something. But I mean, we are much stronger than them, so we should not hurt. We should not hurt them. I mean, if we want, we can, but we should let them live their life, like live and let live. I think those are the most insects that we have in the house. But also other insects that we see from time to time, maybe flies or even mosquitoes. We should not hurt them. If you have a mosquito, you can trap them. That's what I do. I trap them and then I let them go. Yeah, and also outside especially when we go outside, then we have like all the small insects on the floor on the path, and we try to again be careful. So in the outside there are many ants, especially in summertime. So we try not to step on them, to go around them, and yeah, if we see them, maybe if there's an insect that needs some TLC, like tender loving care, so maybe an insect in the I don't know, on the where we walk on the path, and then there are many people, and then we see that the insect will get crushed. If we don't do anything, then we can very slowly help the insect and put her or him on the side with a piece of paper or anyway, or even on the hands. So yeah, and this is very important. It's not just a small thing. It's when we care about the smallest of beings, we will care about all beings. It's like a training ground for our heart to see like the beloved in all creatures, even the smallest to the biggest, from insects to fish to land animals, to humans, to those that flies, the birds. If you have birds and it's winter, so give them food because there's not a lot of food, unfortunately, lately. And birds also suffer a lot. So if you have a garden, try to give them some beautiful grains. Please give them grains. And yeah, so they will be happy. They will come every morning in our garden. We give them food every day, and it's a lot of fun. We see them. There's a lot of different birds that come, like small one, big one, pigeons, small, beautiful, small birds, and even woodpeckers come to our garden, and also parrots. They come to our garden. They're all wild animals, of course. We never catch them. That would be terrible. That's also another aspect of the vegan lifestyle. We don't want to see animals in cages. They are not supposed to be in cages. So all the birds, all the animals should live free, like us. We don't like to be in cages. So why do we put birds in cages, especially? Um, that's um, that's not right, is it? So I talked quite a lot, um, and yeah, again, I hope you got something out of it. And let's go to the second part of the session, which is the meditation part, mindfulness part. Of course, we will also talk about mindfulness and meditation in the future. For now, I start with the vegan lifestyle. That's the main topic, main theme of these sessions, and the most pressing and most important topic in the world for me these days. So that's why I talked a lot about the vegan lifestyle and plant-based, in order to have a future, in order to have a good future for our planet, for us, for our children's. So yeah, and then of course meditation helps with that. So if we meditate, then we can have clearer mind. So they help each other, like the vegan lifestyle and meditation. They are like complementary, and mindfulness, that we will discuss in later sessions. And yeah, so let's go to the meditation part, because I think you are sick of me talking. So just I hear you behind the screen, like, stop talking. More meditation. So let's go to meditation. Okay. So still, let's take like a 5 minutes break, because if you listen to me until now, then it was about 1 hour, so that's a long time. So let's just take like a 5 minutes break, and let's meet again at about. I mean, depends where you are. Well, in 5 minutes. Okay, so let's start. Um, so we will start like every day with the prayer and affirmation and mantra. So you can follow me or give your own prayer or just listen as you feel good. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will show gratitude for my many blessings. Just for today, I will be kind to all living beings. May today be a joyful, peaceful, blissful, and magical day. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy and free. And may our thoughts, words, and deeds contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace to all of nature, peace to all living beings, all humans, all animals, and finally peace to ourselves and to our mind. Om. Um, so yeah, so let's start. Before doing actually after the prayer, it's a good idea to do a short gratitude session. Thinking. So it's like being grateful for everything that we have to our close ones, family members, family, community. Um, Being grateful for our material possessions, our body, um, everything that we have, either materially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, for our teachers, of course, and so on and so forth. So each one of us will have his or her own gratefulness list. It's a beautiful practice because gratefulness is the mother of all virtues. So everything flows from gratitude. When one is grateful, one is it makes one more humble. So one sees that one is grateful to so many things because we cannot live alone on this in this world. We need others to assist us for the food, for the farmers, bring us food, all the builders who build our homes, our bed, all those who make our clothes, etc. So we can be grateful to all of them for all of that. Otherwise, we would have it would be much harder. Life would be much harder if we had to do everything alone. It would be a lot of energy, and probably we couldn't do it. So let's do a gratefulness session now, all together. I mean, each one on their own, but for about 6 minutes. So as always, I will make like a bell to start like a session, and then a bell at the end of it. So let's start the practice. So before doing really starting a practice, we do a prayer, then a gratefulness session, and then afterwards we do a little bit of physical asanas. Can be anything. I mean, if you do like Surya Namaskar, you can do it now, or we can do just like 5 minutes of warm up, just for our limbs to be more free. So let's just do that. So it's just very easy, very basic stretch out. So just first Sophie roll. So just inhale, coming forward to the one side, and exhale, going back, rolling the spine. So inhale, exhale, and make it as mindful as possible. And the other side. And slowly come back to center. Then inhale, one ends up, and exhale, turn to one side. The other side. Again, the first side. And the other side. Then twisting both hands, so on the knees. Then inhale, straighten the spine, and turn to one side. Then inhale, straighten the spine. Exhale, turn a bit more, very gently. Come back to center. Then inhale. Exhale, turn to one side. Inhale, straighten the spine. Exhale, turn. And come back to center. Of course, do only the exercises that you feel good with. Maybe some exercises are not for you. Like if you are pregnant, then some of those may not feel good for you. So just don't do them. And let's just now go forward. So just very slowly go like forward, bend. And come up. And change the foot setting. So if the left foot was forward and the right foot back, then change it to the other way around. And same thing, very slowly go forward. And very slowly come up. Then put your hands on your shoulders. Then when inhale up, exhale back. Now the other way. and come back to center. If it feels good, you can like turn your head from one side to the other. In different ways. So one is just letting the head fall down to one side. And come back to center and back and forth. Very, very, very gently. And come back to center. So the neck is very sensitive place. So for some people, it's not a good idea to roll. But so we need to be careful about what we do with the neck. Anything that feels not good, then just avoid it. Okay, so we did a small warm-up. I mean, okay, it's not the most advanced of warm-ups, but usually that is actually fine. I mean, when we meditate, we just want to basically practice meditation and doing just maybe 5-10 minutes of warm-ups, maybe a couple of Surya Namaskar. You can also dance if you wish. That's also a good warm-up. Any warm-up is good. And basically, that's the purpose of asanas. That's the purpose of the physical practice, is to prepare us for meditation. At least traditionally, that was how it was done. So the asanas were not done for their own sake, but it was done for being able to meditate better in a more stable and comfortable position. Of course, there's nothing wrong with asanas like modern day yogas, but the goal is maybe a bit different. It's more for like health, to move the body to be healthy from a physical body perspective, which is very good. But yes, we do need to meditate a bit in at least traditional yoga. So what do we do after we did some physical postures? What we do is one moment please. We do relaxation. Okay, because now we didn't do very hard asanas, then in a way we don't really need relaxation, but it's always a good thing. There are different types of relaxations, but one that we will focus on right now at least. We will change that in the future sessions, but for now we will focus on the 31 points of relaxation. That is called Shaviyatra. That comes from the Himalayan tradition, and those are like 31 points on the body that are considered special, like special energetic centers. And it's very relaxing to focus on those. It's like a type of body scan, basically. And at the same time, it's also what is called pranayama, because we use the mind to focus on those points, and we try to be as focused as possible. So we try to really, when we focus on a point or space, we try to really put our entire attention, focus on those places. And we try to let the mind not wander, because the mind has the tendency of wandering. Our minds loves to wander everywhere, like going in the past, future, on Mars. The mind is the fastest like teleportation machine. But we try in this case to just focus our mind a little bit on those spaces, so that when we focus really well on those spaces, our mind is more focused and doesn't tend to travel as much. So let's let's try it out. So I will, because I don't know really who, if those who listen already listen to the other videos, or if they know already the 41 points. So I will probably always give it, because that's the format of here on YouTube. I don't really see who is there. So let's do it together. And anyway, it's always a good review, and it's nice to also to do it together also. So just keep your spine straight as much as possible. Now bring your entire awareness to the space between the eyebrows. Keep your attention there as much as possible. Then move it to the pit of the throat, to the right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, tip of the right thumb, tip of the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the right wrist, right elbow, right shoulder, pit of the throat, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, tip of the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back to the left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, pit of the throat, the space between the chest, the right chest, space between the chest, the left chest, and finally the space between the chest. I mean, here I just showed the different places just to make it clear. Maybe some don't talk English that well, so I just did that. But normally you don't show those places. You just in your mind you concentrate, you focus on those spaces without moving, and then you move through all the points. And those are, if you count them, it would be 31 points. Usually we stay with those 31 points until one is really focused on. One can focus very, very well. Then one can continue to other points. But normally we should stay with those 31 points until one really master them. One can really concentrate and stay with the focus on the different points. So maybe let's do that together. Like this time, I hope you remember. I mean, this time you will do it alone, but I hope you remember which points. So just very rapidly. So it's third eye point, between the eyebrows, pit of the throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, tip of each fingers, back again to wrist, elbow, shoulder, pit of the throat. Same thing on the other side. So left shoulder, elbow, wrist, tip of each finger, back again wrist, elbow, shoulder, pit of the throat, the center of the chest, right chest, center of the chest, left chest, center of the chest. That is the order. So let's try to do that alone. Each one of us Just do it just once. It should not take don't take a lot of time on each points. Maybe like 2-3 seconds. So this should be done like it should take maybe 1 minute and a half. Yeah. So let's try that practice. Yeah, so this is called the Shavyatra. Again, it's a corpse journey, it means. It's like Shavasana, but it's Shavyatra instead of asana. And it's a very good practice to do. You can do it either sitting like we do, or maybe you are lying down, but you can also do it lying down. It's very good way. But you should really be awake and aware. So, sorry, I think I'm gonna snooze. So yes, so you can do it lying down. You should be really awake when you do it, so you're not sleepy. Really focus on each space, and it's really like a meditation practice. So we have like object of concentration that is used in meditation. So in this case, the objects are each of the points, the 31 points. And it's a very good one because the mind can have something to do, and then it can think less and really focus on those. If thoughts come, it's okay. Thoughts are not the enemies. Just let them come and let them go. Don't run over them. Yes. So now after we do that, so after we do the 31 point of relaxation, we pass to pranayama. So yeah, the sequence is like physical exercise, then relaxation, then pranayama. Then we do like before the actual meditation, we do a bit of self-dialogue where we talk for ourselves in a very positive way, and then we go to meditation afterward, which is more based on concentration. And in all cases, mindfulness is the boss. So what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is like trying to basically to be in the present moment and to see what is going on. For example, if we do the pranayama and then we see that the thoughts run away, if you do the 31 point of relaxation, we see that the thoughts suddenly go astray. Then we very gently bring the focus again on whatever we were doing. That is mindfulness. So mindfulness is like It's like a manager. It's like a monitoring system that monitors our everything that we do. And if something is out of place or something that we should like not do during the practice, even in daily life, then mindfulness bring it back to where it should be. Yeah, and also in daily life, mindfulness is quite similar. Imagine that we are working on some project, and then we go somehow we start thinking about something else. Again, mindfulness will bring it back to whatever we were doing. So it's like mindfulness is yeah, it's kind of monitoring system, like a wisdom monitoring system that we have, that we can use, that we can develop to bring us back to whatever we need to do in the most concentrative way. So mindfulness is really embedded in everything that we do. So these sessions are also about mindfulness. So every time that we do something, we try to be fully focused on that. And every time that we go to the side, we bring it very, very gently back to the center of our own self. Same in daily life. Like the challenges that I provided in the past days, for example, to be mindful of one's eating. When one eats, to eat like in total silence, not watching TV or one's smartphone, uh, or a movie. Just focusing on the food. That is mindfulness. Mindful eating is amazing. It's like you see something new happening. Like suddenly you taste the food, you can smell the food, you can touch the food. Something that usually we don't do, because when we do something at the same time as eating, we don't really taste the food. The food is just like an afterthought, aftertaste. We eat, but we don't know what we eat. Maybe we eat an insect. We will not even know. So yes, so mindfulness is always bringing back to the center. Whatever we do it fully focused. And when we go like a little bit out, then mindfulness brings us back. It's like a teacher, our inner teacher. And yes, so let's go now to pranayama. So you see, in between those talks, those practices, I talk a little bit about the practice from more theoretical way, maybe, so that we combine a bit of theory, a bit of practice. We need both. So yeah, so after relaxation, now we do pranayama. Pranayama is more about mastering the life energy. Some would say controlling the prana or the primal energy. But controlling sounds a little bit too restrictive. We like freedom, even for energy. So yeah, like maintaining, managing energy, and in different ways. So a lot of time pranayama is seen as a very hard breathing exercises, like very hard, like Kapalbhati, Bhastrika, which are like Kapalbhati is like it's like moving the abdomen in, stomach in, and then exhaling forcefully, and then letting the abdomen slowly recover by itself. And then there's Bhastrika, which is a bit different but similar. And there are other kind of pranayamas, but we will not discuss it for now. So there are some pranayamas which are really quite important that we will focus on. And well, there are two of them. many of them, but two of them that we will see is just breathing diaphragmatically. That is a very important part of even meditation, just letting go of the tension in our body, in our stomach, in our entire body, shoulders and everything, just so that we breathe naturally, like babies. We don't control it anymore. We just the belly expand, the diaphragm just goes down and up, and then the belly expand, and we don't contract any muscles. So that if the muscles are contracted, then we start to breathe from upper chest or upper shoulders, and then our breathing volume is smaller. And we breathe less oxygen, we have less energy, we may feel more tired, and so on. So we try to really breathe in diaphragmatically, completely naturally. We try to breathe in without any what is called like jerks, like breathe in, stop, stop, or out, stop, out, stop, out, stop. It should really be very flowy. If we have like maybe issues with our breathing, sometimes it's not possible. That's okay. I mean, if we have health issues, sometimes our nose is blocked, or we have some issues with the nose. That's a different thing. But we can work on making it more flowing. Why? Because the breath and the mind are like two siblings. Two parts of the same piece, but different side. Like when the mind is calm, the breath will be calm. When the breath is calm, the mind will be calm. Which means if we calm the breath, we can calm the mind. So it's like win-win. So that's why we focus so much on breathing, because we want the mind really to be calm. Breath is something that goes on all the time, but if we know that the breath is calm, the mind is calm, then we try to calm the breath. So we try to make the jerk, and also when we have like these jerks of in our breathing, often it could be our mind thinking. So every time we have this jerk, then it could be our mind that had some thoughts. Then there was this block, then coming up and block and so on. So if we try to make it smooth, then like the mind will be like smooth, like a river. So that's one thing, the jerks, diaphragmatic breathing. Third one is to try to not have pauses at the top and the bottom. So when we inhale, exhale, inhale. When we use controlled breathing, then we don't have pauses. We're not talking about natural breath. Then there will be natural pauses. But when we do the exercises, then we try to really make it very, very smooth. In, out, without pauses. If you do the pauses, nothing bad will happen. But well, depends. Like for some people, they should not pause in any case. Like pregnant women should not have any breath retention of any type. So, but yeah, normally for most people, they can do just very, very smoothly. That's like I think third aspects, and then the fourth aspect is to make it very silent. So silence is golden. I think you maybe have heard about this sentence. So silence is we try to make it a very, very silent, calm breath. So it's not a deep Brahmari breath, like where we restrict the glottis, making sound like Darth Vader. That's not what we do in this practice. Some do it it's a different practice, but for meditation we don't do that for many reasons. If you're alone, okay, but if like imagine you are in a group meditation, you meditate with other people, then sometimes we may hear one making these very loud noises, unnatural noises. It's not because they are sick or they have some issue with the nose. It's just because they learned this technique of contracting the glottis, and then they make this very weird sound, and it's extremely disturbing to everyone around. And we should be mindful of that. So that's why we should be very silent and calm as much as possible, if possible, when we breathe, even when we are alone. But when we are alone, of course, in a way, nobody cares. But it can become a habit. If we do it alone, then we could do it in group meditations, and then it can be problematic. So that's the fourth part, which is silent breathing. So again, there's the diaphragmatic breathing. There's the no jerks breathing. There's a no pause, up and down breathing, so just very smooth. It doesn't mean that when we pause, no pause, it doesn't mean that we go, so it's not forceful inhalation, exhalation, forceful inhalation. It's really very smooth, just no pause. It's like a circle, it's like a kind of not really a circle, I don't know how you could call it, but like going up, then you don't go down immediately, you just go just to the side like in a circle, and then come down and so on, very naturally. And then the fourth one is avoid making noises during inhalations and exhalations. And trying to be very mindful of deep breathing has been making it slower and slower, not too slow, but making it a bit slower. So for now, we will just stay with two way of doing. So one is the like XX breathing, so like breathing in X seconds and breathing out for X seconds. The other one is breathing in X seconds and breathing out 2X seconds. We always try to do the exhalation higher or equal to the inhalation. And then the parasympathetic nervous system kicks in. And parasympathetic nervous system is like the one that is like chill. It's like the chill system, the one that wants calm and peace. Contrary to the sympathetic nervous system, which is more fight or flight kind of. So if a tiger chases us, then we are in a sympathetic nervous system. When we are in a maybe taking a hot bath, then that is the parasympathetic nervous system. So doing that, like breathing in X seconds, 2X seconds is very, very good for the nervous system. So over time in these sessions, we will make it a bit slower, but for now we will just do like breathing in 3 seconds, breathing out 3 seconds. If that's too much, do it 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. But let's try 3 seconds if possible. If it's not too hard, don't do more than 3. That will be for later. Just 3 in, 3 out. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So let's do that for about 3-4 minutes. So one more thing, when we do this, once we know the rhythm, we don't need to count anymore. We just do it very naturally. Because if we count, we can. We don't necessarily want to count. We want really to just feel the in and out. So let's do that now for the X2X breathing pattern, which means we breathe in for X seconds and out for 2X seconds. So like we can breathe in, we will do it for 2 seconds in and 4 seconds out, which is very calm and it should be fine for most people. So like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And of course, we try to bring all the things that we saw before, like no retention, no making noise, diaphragmatic breathing, no jerks. Everything we bring together in this short practice. So let's do that. Again, 2 seconds in, 4 seconds out. So this should feel very relaxing, especially the 2-4. If you are in a tense situation, tense for an exam, That's a way to relax a bit on audition. So okay, this is like breath awareness. Now we move to another practice that is very important, called Nadi Shodhanam or Anuloma Viloma, alternate nostril breathing. So we saw it, I think yesterday, the day before. So again, I do not know who is watching, so if you already know it or not. But in any case, it's always good to remind or to do it together. So we're going to do, so there are three types. I mean, there are many types, but three main ones that we're going to see. And the first one is that we're going to see it for some time, for a couple of days at least, until we pass to something else. But the first one is just, so you put your hands, the index and the middle finger, you bend them, you use the thumb and the ring finger to block the left or right nostril. And then we follow a certain pattern that we're going to see together. So we're going to always exhale from one nostril, and that's how we start. And then we inhale, and to end it, we inhale basically. So that's how we can somehow remember how to do the pattern, at least how to start it and end it. And we switch it in a certain pattern that we're going to see now. So let's do it together. So inhale, exhale, inhale to start. So inhale, block right, exhale from left. Block left, inhale from right. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Exhale from right. Inhale left. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. And switch, inhale. Now we do another round from the other side. So switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. And switch, inhale. Exhale from left. Switch, inhale from right. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. And switch, inhale. Now we start from the other side. So switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Exhale from right. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. Switch, inhale. Switch, exhale. And switch, inhale. And relax. I hope that was not too confusing. So just to break it down, so what we did, we block one nose, then imagine we block the right and then we exhale from left. So we exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Then exhale from the same, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And then we do it again, but we're starting from the other nostril that we started with. So if we started from the left, we will start from the right. That's again one round, and then another one is again we start from the left. So in total we have 3 rounds. One starting from one, and one starting from the other one, and again from the same one. In total, there's always 6 inhalation, 6 exhalation for each round, so 12 in total. So in total 3 rounds, it will be 36 breathing. So 18 inhalation, 18 exhalation. So the idea of that is to try to balance the left and right hemisphere, both like in our minds and in our energetic body, so in our nadis. The 3 main ones are Sushumna, Ida, and Pingala on the back. So Sushumna is the middle one, Ida is on the left, and Pingala is on the right. And then we try with this practice, we try to balance them. Of course, that's not the whole practice. I mean, there's different practices also that could be like advanced versions, but for now, this is the idea, and that is very good to do it to start. So it will be very calming to the nervous system. So we try to balance also the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. Yeah. So let's leave it at that, and then let's pass to the actual to the next part, which is self-dialogue. And after self-dialogue, then we do the meditation. But that's because we already practiced for 1 hour, so let's take 5 minutes break. See you in 5 minutes. So let's move on to the next part of the practice, which is self-dialogue. So we discussed a little bit self-dialogue last time. That's the part where we talk to our mind on purpose. So we already talk to our mind all the time. But in the self-dialogue, we try to be more mindful and more maybe more positive, to direct the mind to some kind of dialogue which is good for us, and something that are like important, not just random thoughts and worries and things like that. So we don't want to worry during self-dialogue, of course. I mean, during this practice at least. We want to be really free from worries, free from any negativity. And there are different ways of doing it. So some are like prayers. If you can pray during this time. You can work on think about higher truths, like we talked a bit yesterday. Who am I? Or who am I not? Or any other thing that you think is like higher ideas in spirituality. And the other one is self-counseling, question like, what do I want? What do I really want? Is important to think about. What are my goals, my aspirations? How can I achieve those goals? What can I do in my life to help to achieve those goals? Things of that nature. And finally, there's like friendship with mind. So just being like goofing out with one's mind, one could say, like having a laugh with one's mind. So discussing things in a way one wishes, but always in a friendly way. And so those are some of the main ones. One can think about other ones like gratitude talk, which is very good. We did one session this morning, like some times ago. And that is a very good practice. So to practice gratitude every morning is amazing. It opens our mind, our hearts to all those that we should be grateful for, or the thing that we should be. That we have a wonderful body, maybe our health, our home, our beds, our families, country, everything, this planet, the food. One can think about many things, and our teachers, of course. What would we do without teachers? Good teachers, positive teachers of all kind, even from kindergarten to like PhD level teachers, and also spiritual teachers. So many wonderful of them. So many like Jesus Christ, Moses, Prophet Muhammad, and many others, Lord Krishna. So yes, so being grateful is amazing. So that's also can be a practice. So now we're going to practice it for some time. We're going to talk with our mind for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and basically you decide what you wish to discuss with your own self. So yeah, let's do that. So that's called the self-dialogue practice that we do before meditation in order to let the steam out of the mind. So this part was the self-dialogue part. Um, so again, the idea is to let the steam out of the mind so that the mind will be more relaxed when we actually meditate and want to concentrate. So there are less thoughts in our mind. We can gently tell our mind, okay, we have listened to you, we've talked to you, but please now let us meditate peacefully for a couple of minutes. So yes, so we will do it now for quite like a 25 minutes meditation. So please make sure you are very comfortable and stable. You can like relax your legs for 1 or 2 minutes. Just try to feel as comfortable as possible. So we're going to do again the Kaya Steiram practice, which is stability of the body, which is kind of this first step of meditation to be stable of the mind, at least of the sitting meditation. We need to be really like a mountain. We need to be stable and not have to move all the time, not have to fidget to any scratch that we feel that we don't need to scratch it. If you feel the need to scratch, then try to avoid it if possible. If it's too strong, then that's fine. Just scratch and go back to meditation. But generally, we just if there's a scratch, you can ignore it or just look at it, observe it, and then you will see how it fades away, and then possibly jumps to another place. And yeah, and try to really not move, like not sway from side to side. To be really very, very unmovable, like a mountain, like a tree. And the hands, just find a comfortable position for the hands. Doesn't need to be a mudra. Can be the very, very simple, just crossing the hands together. That's perfectly fine. Because one will not feel any energy if you do anything else, at least not initially. So just meditate anything that you feel comfortable with. Doesn't really matter as long as it is stable. And yeah, the most important part is that the head, neck, and trunk are aligned, are straight. That is the part for meditation. That is the most crucial part. Just not to slouch too much. Just being not too straight. I mean, doesn't need to be like a road. Just really very comfortable in a logical position, one could say. And breathe from the nose as much as possible, and not through the mouth. Neither inhale nor exhale from the mouth. Try to inhale, exhale from the nose, unless your nose is blocked or you have some issues. Of course, that's fine. But in general, we try to avoid breathing in or out from the mouth. Always everything from the nose. Inhale, exhale. There's someone who said, I think, like the nose is for breathing, the mouth is for eating. Because the nose has so much important function for the health of the breathing apparatus. Basically, it has been made for millions of years into what it is now, and it's a perfect instrument. The mouth is only for emergencies, when we need a lot of air for some reasons, maybe in a sport or whatever. But really, we should always as much as possible, breathe from the nose. It's very important for one's health. Yeah, so that's it. So please find a comfortable position. Try to find a comfortable position for the legs also. And if sitting on a chair, I mean on a cushion is not comfortable, please sit on a chair. There's absolutely no issue sitting on a chair. It's not that yogis need to meditate on cushion. That's just a fantasy. One can meditate also on a chair. That's perfectly fine. Just need to. The best would be to not slouch on the back of the chair. Just sit on the kind of the front and with your back straight. And yeah, with the hands very, very gently on the lap. Yes, I mean, if one sits on a cushion, it's a bit more stable, of course. So I don't say if we can say ideally to sit on a cushion, but on a chair it's perfectly fine. Especially some people cannot sit for very long on a cushion, especially as one ages, some joints start to feel a bit of pain, and in that case, use a chair. And also when you sit, I mean, on the side, you can put like a cushion so that the legs doesn't go all the way down. So you put a cushion to hold your legs a bit up. That's what I do because like I have a little bit of pain in my left like hip joint, and I think many people have this use this idea to be able to feel more comfortable. Just put something like a cushion on the left and on the right, or just one side, or as you feel best. Yeah, so let's go. So I will do it like a guided initially again, and we will do the Kaya Shteiram where we focus a bit of body scan. And at the end of it, you just start to do the breath awareness. Breath awareness, but in the sense of not controlling, not inhale, exhale like we did before in the control way, but really just watching it from a distance, as if we are like outside of the body and we are watching something happening to the body, like breathing automatically without any control. That is most Buddhist kind of meditations, like vipassana. That's that's one of the main idea. Is just to let go, not to control, but just be aware of whatever's happening and see and yeah, see it happening as it is happening. So see the reality as it is without controlling it or any modification of it. Yeah, so and yeah, also when we meditate on the awareness, what we do, we also meditate on the we try to feel the touch of the air in the opening of the nostrils. And that's, I mean, there are different way of doing it, but that's one main way. And then it's just when we breathe in and out, when, I mean, not controllably, but when you feel the air, then you can focus on that sensation. If you don't feel any sensation, what we can do, just like a couple of times, just breathe in and out controllably, very quite strongly, and like just to feel the air where it comes from and how one feels, and then we go back to just being aware of the breath, and then we have some idea of where we should like feel it. Yeah, so let's do this. So be as stable as possible. Bring all your awareness to the right leg. Relax your right leg. Relax your lower leg, upper leg, right hip, entire leg. Relax your left leg, lower leg, upper leg, left hip. Relax the entire leg. Relax your feet, your toes, and both legs together. Feel they are stable, like rooting in the ground. Relax your belly, torso, lower back, middle back, upper back. Relax your right arm, lower arm, upper arm, shoulder, the entire arm. Relax your left arm, upper arm, lower arm, left shoulder. Relax your hands, fingers, fingertips. Relax both arms. Relax your neck, back of the head, top of the head, forehead, eyebrows, eyes. Relax your ears, nose, mouth and tongue. Relax your jaw. Relax your throat, shoulders, shoulder blades. Relax your entire body. Feel as if you are a tree. The roots going down to the center of the earth. And your body is like a trunk with branches coming out. Feel like a tree, strong as a tree, but still flexible. Now take 3 deep breaths, slow, diaphragmatic, silent breaths. And now just watch, be aware of the breath now. Be aware of the sensation of the air in our nostrils. If thoughts come, then you can start counting the breaths. Like when you inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then again from 1 until you feel Again, you can concentrate better and then go back to without counting. And if there are thoughts that come, don't worry. Just be mindful of them, acknowledge them, and bring your focus back to the breath. And let's do that now for about 20-25 minutes. So usually when we add a meditation, we rub our hands, getting some heat. Then we put our hands on our eyes, feel the heat, and then slowly take away, look at the palms, and then look at the wood. So that was the meditation, Kaya Shteriyam, with the breath awareness afterwards. And that's a good way of doing is first to try to stabilize the body. So to try to do a bit of body scan to really try to find any tension in the body and relax it. Often it's in the shoulders, also the face, the belly. They're often tensed. And we try to relax them because meditation, relaxation is important for meditation. We need to feel relaxed when we meditate, so that helps quite a lot. So as a summary of what we saw today, what was presented today. So the presentation today was about sustainability for the vegan lifestyle, which is of course very important. It's a big part of the vegan lifestyle. I mean, being plant-based is extremely sustainable. Meat is basically destroying the planet. Most of the forests are the deforestation is mainly because of the animal agriculture, because they need pasture for the animals, and not only for the animals, but for the food that feeds the animals, and food that could feed billions of humans who are starving. So we should maybe keep that in mind and also think about it, that aspect. And yeah, in the tomorrow I will discuss another aspect of that. There are so many aspects that one can discuss with the vegan lifestyle. It touches so many different fields. And also, so I presented one documentary that I recommend everyone to watch today, and that is documentary called "Let Us Be Heroes." It's a wonderful documentary, quite short but professionally made. It's just I think 40-45 minutes, so it's an easy watch and quite interesting. It also discusses about the. It shows one person working for the Sea Shepherd organization, which is an amazing organization protecting the oceans. It's one of the only organizations that really take this to heart, and that, which is one of the most amazing thing, is that they are all the boats in the Sea Shepherd fleet are vegan, so they really walk the talk, and it's quite amazing. So my company where I work, they support Sea Shepherd, so I'm very proud of them, both Sea Shepherd and my company, for doing that. And yeah, and another thing is the daily challenge, which I challenge everyone every day, different challenge. Today is to watch for the all the insects. Be very mindful not to hurt insects, inner or outer the house, inside or outside. Doesn't matter which insects, spiders, flies, any insects. Try to be mindful and compassionate and kind towards them. If one sees ants, of course, I mean, one would never walk on them on purpose, but without, I mean, by mistake, that happens. But let's try to be mindful today, at least, to really watch where we are moving. When we are walking, maybe walk a bit slower and just watch where we are walking, so that we don't hurt any being. We want our walk to be as light as possible to all beings. Um, and yeah, I think that's it. So I hope that was helpful in any way, and maybe some enlightening in some aspects. Um, and yeah, so I wish you a wonderful day, and anywhere in the world that you are right now, and have a peaceful day to you and all your loved ones, and to peace to all beings. And let's end it with the wonderful mantra, one of the most important mantras in all yoga: Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. So let's just say that one time with full conviction. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all the beings in all the worlds be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and deeds contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace to all of nature, peace to all living beings, humans and animals, and finally peace to ourselves, to our own mind. Om. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.